Have you ever wondered if companies have access to your data without any permission? What if you're using a Chinese device, or even if you're not, what are the chances of you being alone with your privacy? What type of personal info do they need from you? Where does this data come from? And how can you prevent getting yourself into this mess? You're watching Robber, and before getting started, I want to ask you to not skip this video because every information is linked to another. Better have no knowledge than having half of it. Popular saying, isn't it? So let's talk about data before getting into not so complex but complex studies connected to it. You must have heard this term through some online reports, social media, or maybe your government. What is it that makes it so important to not simply get into wrong hands? The data we are talking about is not just a definition. It's not actually some facts, details, or charts that we collect from different resources for group project. It is personal data that provides information about you, your family, your neighbors, and even your pets. Everything you search or browse on social media or search engines have keywords linked with those companies, and they ultimately get stored into their database, which again has been constructed in a way that everything you have gone through is linked with only and only your profile. So it's safe to say that your data that mainly includes your interests, and by that some of your information could be generated, is right now safe. But that's not the end of network, and also not the only thing that we do on our devices. This info is used for personalized ads that again is safe. At least it will not target your personal life. But here's the twist. Everything that we do on internet has to go through your carrier networks to apply carrier charges, and in most cases, these companies store every little bit of your data, and that could be used by the government if they have an FIR or a legal notice. Information that we back up, send to someone we know, does not solely be on your phone when you click it. Hackers can utilize it for their own benefits. If you don't share something like photos on internet, it just remains on your phone and has lower risks of getting exploited. Apple users use iCloud to store their data, and Android users use services like Google Photos, and believe me, they are safe. But when you back it up, it's not as simple as that. This is probably the reason why Android users cannot access to iCloud. It's not about money every time. Back in 2014, personal photos were stolen from Jennifer Lawrence and celebs' iCloud accounts. So the company has to ensure it does not repeat again. Then what happens with your text messages also has similar type of network. It has to go through cellular networks for data. This data is used for billing, and in most cases, companies collect information. Now iMessages don't work like that. It's ultimately secure because it does not have metadata. It's only from Apple to Apple. No carrier is getting between it, so you are safe. All the cell networks know that it's transmitting an encrypted message to Apple servers, and if the files are sent through Wi-Fi, they bypass the cellular networks. So even Apple does not have the info, but if it's backed up, Apple can share it with law enforcement under right and legal circumstances. Now, if you are worried about location, emails, and contacts, they all work like this and could be shared by companies under legal circumstances. That sounds alright, and we are here for problem. So where are they? Hear me up. When I said hackers, I did not end up with them. They play a major role in stealing your info like cards, transactions, personal pictures like in the case of celebrities, and sometimes your legal documents, and also your private or not so private chats. What they do is they simply collect it through networks, and believe me, they are capable of that, as they once hacked YouTube platform. If you know dark web, which is a whole another topic in itself, so let's call it a hookup place for hackers and dealers. They have the data or information, and now they sell it over here, and transaction on dark web mostly goes through cryptocurrencies, so they cannot be tracked. And just for understanding, let's say they sold your card info, which is active by the way. The buyers have the potential to do the transaction, and as they have additional info about your past transactions, they'll do it in a way that you cannot doubt it at first. It even happened with me once when my debit card details were shared anonymously, and I saw a transaction that looked like I personally swiped the card, but it wasn't. So I ended up blocking my card, and after a couple of complaints, I got my refund in about 2 months. So it can affect us. Now most people also ignore the fact that companies store your data. First of all, let's start with browsers. Don't you think this is the sweet spot for hackers to attack because you allow this application to remember your password, and what's better than having everything at one place? There are also websites that target your device through ransomwares, and this thing compromises with your phone's security, making it to provide whatever it wants from you. Additionally, there are some applications that utilize Google services to get your permission and store your information, which in turn could be used to make money by selling it to another companies for ad purposes. Further, if you are using a Chinese device, there's quite a good possibility of you facing a risk that may or may not sound like a risk to you until and unless you have sensitive data to deal with. According to reports, and also considering the fact Chinese phone makers have a greater incentive to keep their government happy than phone makers in other nations. These firms do include a hidden backdoor designed by phone makers or even by the government. There's always a potential of using it for its intended purpose of disrupting communications, silently collecting data, and so on. Of course, this kind of activity could be perpetrated by non-Chinese firms or even your government through some application maybe. So here are some measures you need to follow. First of all, if you deal with sensitive data, you need to have company's handset that comes with security software pre-installed that should cover you with most issues. Then if you are a normal consumer, use a VPN and proxy software to make it harder for someone to track your internet searches. You can also use a privacy-oriented search engines that pledge not to collect personal data, and also if you install a lot of applications and visit unknown websites, stop doing it as much as possible, or install applications that scan your apps for malware and ultimately make sure that there's nothing untoward happening under your nose. I'll throw the links down below, so make sure to check those applications. Now more importantly, choosing American or Korean made phones like Apple, Samsung and LG over Chinese alternatives make your data a little safer. There are even distributions of Android that includes more privacy features like Copperhead OS and Lineage OS, which I believe you should look into. Then do not give unnecessary permission to any application on your phone. Think about it and then click it only if you find it necessary. These measures will keep you safe from most of the risks you might be dealing with right now, but at any cost you're not 100% safe, because at the end of the day you have to deal with Chinese equipments and we cannot do anything about it. So let's make peace with it. If you have any further question regarding this, let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.